Hi, my name is Sam, and I have a lot to say about Alyse Parker. Now, I used to be a pretty big fan of her. I started watching her from the very beginning. I was much younger then. I want to go step by step how things have in a sense devolved for her and her community. Before I get started, I did have a bit of an interaction with her, just a little bit, yesterday, and I want to talk about that because at first I was encouraged, and so now I don't feel quite as encouraged, and I'm gonna get into that interaction later. I think this might be in a few parts because I have a lot to say about this, but let's start from the beginning. Alyse Parker quit college in order to pursue her dream, these are her words, pursue her dream of living in Hawaii. So she sold her belongings. She said she had like $500 to her name and bought a plane ticket and moved to Hawaii. She went and joined a raw vegan community, like a raw vegan farming community in called Kanekiki on the Big Island of Hawaii. Now, let me start with this. The Big Island of Hawaii has the lowest cost of living in all of Hawaii, but Hawaii itself has the highest cost of living of all the United States. It is difficult to live in Hawaii on low income. According to the cost of living index, you need an income of about $48,000 a year to really be surviving there. So, Kanekiki is, like I said, a vegan farming community on the Big Island. Kanekiki costs $30 a day. I misspoke. I meant to say $35 a day. It's from their website. Kanekiki costs $30 a day. That is $1,050 a month. Internet is $30 a month. She was uploading videos, so I assume she was paying for internet. That's $1,080 a month right there. That is more than $500. I don't know where that came from. And this is where we really get into the whole idea of privilege. And let me get into it because I know this is a word that gets, thrown at Alyse quite a bit, but I want to get down into it, why this matters in this situation from the very beginning, right? So, Alyse Parker comes from an upper middle class family. She really has made quite a big deal of, her having started from the bottom, now we're here, right? She says, from food stamps to six figures is what I've heard her say. And here's the thing. She didn't have to be on food stamps. First of all, the numbers aren't adding up. I wouldn't be surprised if the real story was that she received quite a bit of financial assistance from her upper middle class family, and that's okay. Just don't lie about it. So saying that you dropped everything, you sold all your, you didn't have to. And she says she was on food stamps. She didn't have to be on food stamps. And again, this is where privilege comes in. I'm going to give you a little bit of my own story. During the last, financial market crash, we lost our home. We came home, the locks had been changed, and someone was there and said, I'll let you walk out of here with what you can carry in your arms, and that's it. So we lost everything, just about everything, and we were homeless. So we didn't choose that, and we did require assistance from food pantries, mostly with some food, couch surfing, sleeping on the floor for years. And so hearing someone who chose, this was her decision to use food stamps, like you didn't have to, you didn't need to. There are people who don't choose to be in that situation. Go walk through Skid Row one day. Those people didn't choose to be there. So romanticizing this idea of food stamps to six figures is honestly gross to me. But a lot of people are struggling, and especially in the current climate right now, we're not taking kindly to that kind of behavior. Despite the privilege problem, despite all of this, the first year is the era of Alyse Parker that was really my favorite. I liked her. I did. She really came off as genuine in her beliefs of her lifestyle. Sometimes you get this feeling of wanting a simpler life, and that's kind of what she represented, right? Minimalism. I was inspired by her minimalism. Now, when it came to her diet, she definitely received criticism about the lack of variety, the lack of a full nutrient profile in her diet, and it seemed to some people to be reminiscent of an orthorexic diet. Now, I don't have much to say about that. However, I will say this. Alyse Parker has said since she left veganism, that was, wow, wow, was that not necessarily surprising, but it definitely caused quite a stir. Now, the reason it's not surprising that she left veganism is because she definitely had a particular brand of veganism that I think everyone recognized to possibly just be difficult to live on, health-wise. And so I think the biggest problem that was going on here at this time was the criticism that, you know, why would you keep up and keep monetized videos where you are essentially promoting a diet that you now have said and recognized to probably not have been healthy for you. So keeping those up feels like a money grab, feels a little bit, you know, fishy. We need to recognize that Alyse's core audience, main watchers, are quite young. And when and I like put a screenshot, when she has videos saying, you know, this is how I eat to maintain this particular figure, this muscle, right? You cannot say that that is not promoting a diet, because I know she says, I'm not promoting any diet, I am just sharing my journey, right? Oh, sharing my journey. That's unacceptable to me, to be honest. It feels willfully ignorant. Hey, editing me. So I forgot to add that I went through about 300 plus of all of her videos and noticed that about 20% of her videos are food centered. That means that any harm that might be done by her rhetoric and promotion of her diet are compounded by the fact that a great deal of them are food centered. That's all. Holy crap, I would take shit down the moment I realized that. It's about integrity. That's it. It's a lack of integrity keeping them up. Because young girls, young kids, young people who don't know any better are going to see them, be inspired, and possibly fall into a hole of who knows what. Orthorexia, some kind of disordered eating, or twisted ideas of what is a whole, balanced way of living. Okay, let's move on.